Hi, Michelle again. Today's topic is about worst case scenarios, which essentially means when something happens, it hits us, we've got chaos going on, we typically think this is the worst thing that has happened, the worst thing that could happen, and that somehow I have to solve it. And in our brain, we come up with all of the different ways that this scenario could even become worse. It's automatic, especially when we make big decisions, maybe about a job, maybe about moving, whatever. Our brain automatically goes to the place of trying to just think about all the terrible things that might happen, a list of the worst case situations to be prepared for. And so our brain will look at and think about, well, what's the worst that can happen? What are the worst things? Here's what's awful. I need to be prepared. Well, that's really expending a ton of energy over there and giving your power to things that haven't even happened yet necessarily. And again, it happens to me. It's automatic. But you can do something about it. Something different. It definitely requires practice, but is incredibly helpful. So the next time you feel yourself going to that place of thinking about the worst case scenarios or how something is awful, flip to the other side. What is the best possible things that could come out of this situation? Imagine those. Maybe that feels a little constricted and you're not really sure. That's okay. Continue to say to yourself, this is the best possible outcome for me. There is benefit in this for me. And if this is over some sort of decision, think about all the wonderful ways it could work out even better than you thought, instead of focusing on the ways that it won't or couldn't. Take a moment to look back on your life and all of the times where those awful, terrible situations showed up. And at that moment in time, perhaps it was grieving, it was hard, there was terrible struggle, and within it, maybe you felt like you wouldn't even survive or you couldn't succeed or there was no way to resolve this. You couldn't see that. All you could see were things getting worse. And now look back, and oftentimes we think that those worst situations, those awful times in our lives, really created the most benefit, the best situations for us in the long run. Now, of course, you need to feel what you need to feel about what's happening, but you need to be careful about focusing and thinking there's no benefit in this, and only focusing on the negative. So take a moment, breathe, switch your thinking, and look for ways that this may benefit you. You might be learning all of the different possible, beautiful ways that this could even be better than you could have ever imagined. Try it. See what happens. I promise your energy is going to feel better and you're going to notice a big change.